For more updates, click on subscribe and click on bell button for latest notifications. Hi friends, welcome to Tech ARK IT YouTube channel. My name is Ravi. In this video session, we are going to see that executing the commands. So how we can execute the commands and what is the best practice you have to follow up every time whenever you want to execute the commands. Okay, so before knowing the executing the commands or anything before that, so we have to know that there are some observations or abbreviations is that absolute path and relative path. So what does it mean by the path? So example say that what is a path or what is path. So the path is in the Linux is that which is maybe the to the unique location to a file or a directory in a file system in an operating system. The path to a file is combination of slash and alphanumeric characters. So example say that just if I type pwd, which will shows that slash home slash a Ravi, which means that this is the one of the path, so which includes slash and the alpha. There is no numeric characters in this. Okay, but in this there is no what does mean by the absolute path, what does mean by the relative path. Example say that if I go to slash home, if I go to slash home, whatever I typed over here, this is called a absolute path. The absolute path which always starts with the root directory, or I can say slash. Okay, so whatever it starts, the path will start with the slash, which is called as an absolute path, in the sense exact path where you are going. But the relative path is different in the sense inside this slash home there are some directories. So if I want to go to this a Ravi directory, I no need to type slash home slash a Ravi. Okay, I can just type a Ravi, so that I can just go to this slash home slash a Ravi, because inside that directory, if you have another directories, if you want to go to that directories, no need to type the before path of that. So that is called as a relative path, which means that from where you are currently in the current directory, from there if you wanted to go inside to the directories, then you can just go from there itself. So no need to go back to the slash and type all the complete path, which means that absolute path to the exact path. Okay, so that is called as an absolute path and relative path. Absolute path, which means that it's always start with the slash, okay, and its complete path is called as an absolute path. If you want to change from here to, if you wanted to go to documents, then you can just simply type document something like this, you can go here. So this is called as a relative path simply. Okay, now so if you want to execute any commands over here, so there are some rules on the command line interface that every command should be a what I can say that is case sensitive. Okay, so you have to type into the lowercase. Always the command should be in the lowercase. Maybe command options which may be uppercase or lowercase, whatever it is. Example say if I want to type some command ls, that is a command you have to type into small letters always. If you type capital letters, does not work. If you type the same command in the small letters, it works. So the command line interface, whatever you are typing, all the commands should be in a lowercase, and the command line interface is not accept any capital letters on the commands. If it is, the command is capital letters, then you have to type into the capital letters and small letters. So that's why the command line interface is case sensitive. So whatever you type, you have to carefully type. Whenever you are typing any command, the command goes something wrong. Example, say I wanted to type ls-ld or something like this, but unfortunately I did not specify the space over here. I just typed something like this. So this command, if you notice immediately the command is went wrong or you typed wrong, no need to go or hit enter. Okay, no, don't enter, because you don't know with that command there is some other command which may destroy your system or which may harmful to your system. Okay, just press Ctrl C and terminate the command there itself and type the actual command. Or if you type something like wrong command and go and correct that command using some space or backspace, something like that, and hit the command. That is always a good practice to do that. And we are going to do that. The very first command is that going to create some empty files. How we can do that? Using the touch, I am just creating file 2, file 3, file 4. Okay, just type ls, which can be listed your files and directories. Using the ls command is going to be list your files and directories on the current folder. Okay, if you type pwd, which will show your current working directory, present working directory. If you want to edit or if you wanted to see the content inside the file, you can just type and type the file name over here. So it will show you that inside the content, what are the contents are there on that file, it's going to show you. If you want to create any files with the cat, you can also use using the redirection symbol over here and say file 5. Say something like I would like to create something like that, some text. What are the text? I'm just typing something like this and press Ctrl C over here. The file will be created. If you want to see the file content, again you can say that cat space file name. It's going to show you your file. And clear is the command which clears your screen. Okay, and if you want to example, say change the directories using the from one directory to another directory, if you want to jump it, you can just type cd/var/log, something like this. You can simply change from one path to another path. Okay, cd hyphen, which will go back to the last changed directory. Again, if you type cd/, which will again go back to the last changed directory. And cd, if you type tilde symbol, which directly go to your home path wherever you are, which will directly go to your home path. Example, say that if I change it to something over here and in the /etc, maybe if I change it to here, if you want to go back to your home path directly, you can simply type cd tilde, which directly go to your home path. And if you want to go back one step back, you can just type .. it will go to /home. If you type again .. which again go back to the /. From here, if you type cd .. it does not go anywhere. So the / is the last root directory where you can go up to that point. Okay, and if you want to create any empty directories, you can use mkdir and provide the directory name. Example, say I would like to create open, and the directory has been created. You can go to that open directory and see here. Okay, and if you want to create a parent directories, in the sense, if you want to create directory inside the directory like that, you can create in the one command step itself using the mkdir-p 1/2/3/4/5/6. Okay, I have created the directories 1 2 3 4 5 6. In the sense, inside the one I have created 2, inside the 2 I have created 3, something like that. Okay, you can go into the 1 and type ls. There is a 2. If you want to go inside the 2, you can just type 2 and ls. And if you want it to go until the 6, you can just type 3/4/5/6. okay, and now currently you are into the /home aravi 12345 6, like that. If you want to suddenly go back to your home path, you can just type cd tilde, which directly go back to your home path. Okay, if you want to delete, example say I wanted to delete 6th directory, okay, you can simply type rmdir, remove the directory of 6. So the rmdir is used to safe side. If you want to delete only the empty directories, can be done by using the rmdir. If you want to go back to the 2 steps back, so you can type cd ///. The // reference its parents directory. If you want to delete this content directory, so it does not accept. So rmdir cannot work if you want to delete any content inside that directory. It does not delete. Okay, for that you just use rm-r. F is in a forceful deletion. You don't want to ask any confirmation, just delete it. Okay, and 4, so the 4 has been deleted. Like this you can use these files. If you want to delete example say single file, you wanted to ask any confirmation over here, just type rm-i and provide you the command. It will ask you that it is a regular file, do you want to remove that? Yes, say yes, it will delete. Okay, say no, it will not delete the file. Like that, always if you want to do a safe side deletion, then you can just use rm. If you want to forcefully delete, don't want to ask any confirmation, you can just use rm-rf command, which will delete this entire content without asking any permissions. Okay, but it's a very dangerous command, use carefully. And if you want to see that what are the commands you just typed, simply type history command. You can just use the all the what are the commands you typed, you can just list out. Example say if you want to use just 71 command, okay, then simply type !71. What it will do, it will execute that command. So what it executed, cd tilde has been executed. If you want to execute last command, okay, like this, 2 exclamatory marks will execute last command. If you want to execute again the last command starting with some character, you can just use exclamatory and the first character of that command, something like this. Okay, if you want to clear this history, you can simply use history-c. So the history will be wiped off, but still the history can be saved on your hidden file, history file. So that I'm going to explain you later on the sessions. It's going to be very clear and clear instructions on the how the history file and everything works on the later classes. Don't worry about it. And uname-ea is the command which tell you that what is your machine and machine name and the kernel version, all the stuff. So the first one is that you are using the Linux machine or Mac machine or Unix machine, which is going to be tell you that which flavor you are currently using. Okay, and what is your server name? So the server name is server.ark80.local and your kernel version is this one, and your installation was done on this date, and your current time zone is this one, and your architecture in the sense which is 64-bit or 32-bit, okay, all the stuff, and what is your Linux type, which is GNU Linux or BSD Linux or Unix, whatever it is. Okay, and if you want to know your current system Linux version, you can simply type cat/etc/red-release, which is going to show you that we are currently using CentOS Linux release 7.4.1708 core version we are currently using. Okay, you can also use some other commands which to know something, so I'm going to tell you those commands on a next video session. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends who are interested to learn this or earn the Red Hat Linux certification. Please do subscribe the channel. Please follow us on social networking sites. If you have any technical related questions, you can ask.